Going on, people? It's your man, Mr. Controversy, here representing the 3 point conversion. Did you miss me? Yes, and this is my NFL diary. We're going into week 4 of the preseason, which is my week 4 of my NFL diary preseason. So it's a lot to get to. So, I got to talk about the hot teams going into week 4. I almost want to say I have two, and these two teams are teams that we might need to watch out for in the regular season. First team, the Buffalo Bills. Yes, I know you're saying, Mr. Controversy, Pittsburgh Steelers defense sucks. No disrespect to the Steelers Nation, but yeah, they look horrible. But it was more than just the Steelers defense. Buffalo came out to prove something, especially three particular players. Um, Matt Castle, Tyrod Taylor, and Emmanuel. And I'm sorry, Emmanuel, the quarterback. I can't even think of his first name. Anyway, came out to play. Like, I think Manuel was, I think he perfect? I can't remember. So I'm going off the top of my head. I don't have the stats in front of me. But I know his first pass was that long touchdown to the tight end. It was beautiful. EJ Manuel. Sorry about that. So EJ Manuel, yeah, threw a long touchdown to the tight end. Nice play, nice pass. It was, like I said, it was a beautiful thing to watch. He came out firing. Then Matt Castle looked good. Then Tyrod Taylor stole the show. He looked good. So Buffalo was ready to play. Then Fred Jackson coming in, with his run. I think his first run, it was a 67-yard touchdown run. So he looked good. Buffalo looked good. The defense looked good. Everybody looked good. So Buffalo is a team to watch. I think with going into the playoffs. Going into the regular season. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Rex Ryan, we all know that. We all know that Rex Ryan is a type of coach that players love to play for. He has a talented roster. He hadn't had a talented roster like this before. Jets wasn't as talented. Yes, they had a nice defense, but even on the defensive side, besides Revis and the other cornerback they have now, I can't think of his name, Cromartie. They had nice players, but this Buffalo bunch have some nice defensive players, and especially players on the inside, the front line. So Marcel, uh, of course, the other D tackle. Man, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm forgetting names. But like I said, they look good. Just put it like that. They look good. So now, my second team, which I told y'all, I talked about them before this week, was the Philadelphia Eagles. And what did I say? I told y'all if coach, if he says, okay, if Chip says we're gonna go back to what we did before the first season I came in as a coach, and we go back to that, they'll be unstoppable. His problem was he tried to switch it up and be more NFL like last year, and it didn't work. True enough, they had injuries. Nick Foles got hurt, and you put Mark Sanchez in, which we know he was garbage. He played decent, but it was because he switched to that old, that pro style. Whereas his first year, he came in and he decided to play Oregon football, and it worked. They couldn't catch up. So now I think he's forced to do that now because, yes, he has great running backs. We know that. But you don't have that star receiver. Now I think Jordan Matthews could be nice. Angelor could be nice as well. But you don't have that Macklin or Deshaun Jackson that you had before. So watch out for Philadelphia. And Sam Bradford looked good. Now he might only play 5-6 games. Hopefully he plays more than that. I'm not trying to jinx you, but man, he looked good. So I'm saying watch out for them Eagles. I know my man Big TJ love that. So now let's talk about certain cuts. Everybody to drop their roster down to, I think it was 75. And we had a few interesting cuts. First cut that I was shocked goes to my Chicago Bears and Tim Jennings, the cornerback. I couldn't believe that. I don't understand, people. Well, I didn't understand. This is your best corner on the team. Relax, Chicago Bears fans. Yes, I know my man Kyle Fuller looks nice. He had a decent rookie season, but Tillman still was the best corner on the team. But now he's gone. Why did they cut him? Well, maybe because they're trying to get younger, and then it's been talked that Jennings is more of a cover 2 cornerback versus a man-to-man cornerback. I guess. I mean, when you think about it, in Indy, they played cover 2 under Tony Dungy. In Chicago, of course, they played cover 2 under Lovie Smith. So, and that other bum defensive coach we had after Lovie, but I didn't want to think of his name. Oh, sorry, Mel Tucker. But yeah, so that's why the Bears cut him. That's why we cut him. So shocked, disappointed a little bit, but hey, time for a rebuilding year. No excuse. We rebuilding, so cool. The next interesting cut was, we just talked about Fred Jackson. I couldn't believe they cut Fred Jackson. And we say, why? Why did they cut Fred Jackson? Especially after he came off a nice game. That long 67-yard run showed that he can still take it to the house. At 33, 34. But he looked good. Rex even got a kick out of it. But they cut him. So what does that mean, everybody? Watch out for LaShawn McCoy. Now, Rex already said it. I can say it now because I already have my drafts. Rex came out and said during training camp, he told the NFL Network reporter, you remember that guy named Marshall Faulk? Remember he had 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving, over 1,000 yards receiving? That's what we're aiming for LaShawn to do. So all your fantasy players, football players, if you got LaShawn, you might be in luck as long as he stay healthy. So we got to talk about the I'm going to put it together because we have another cut which wasn't shocking, but again, that's Mr. Trent Richardson. Joe is garbage. All you Alabama fans, he's garbage. Sorry, he's garbage. No excuse. No excuse. At least with Ingram, we knew he tore his ACL or Achilles. I think it was ACL. So he was battling injuries, and when he came, he wasn't himself. But we seen what happened last year. He came out, he balled out. But Trent Richardson, Joker's garbage. He's garbage. Dude's garbage, man. You have Lacey come out looking nice. You have Ingram come out looking nice. I think Yeldon's going to do well. And Trent Richardson, who probably looked like the best running back out of all of them in college, is garbage. So he gets my garbage player of the week. Now, I got to make quick mention before I get to my main topic of the NFL Diary is I'm going to get a stop it to Julius Thomas. Come on, bruh. You got a messed up pinky, a broken pinky. Yeah, I know you catch the ball, you tight end, but that's how we know money is killing the NFL. A pinky? You know what I mean? If you look at not Isaac Bruce, but Torrey Holt's finger, one finger is going like this, while the other one's it stays like that. And I think it's this one or something. But he played. Anyway, so my main topic is RG3. We all know that they named Kirk Cousins the starter. What does that say for RG3? Yes, should he get traded? Should he get cut? I'm not even going to get into that. Forget that. I'm going to talk about who's to blame for his career. We can easily say it's RG3 because RG3, I mean, face it, that Joker fragile. I mean, he got the body of olive oil as far as that's how fragile he is. So this is what I gotta say. RG3 came in and he came into a great situation. And that great situation turned his career into a bad situation for the time being. Because I blame it on Shanahan. Shanahan came in with the great idea saying, you know what? This guy never played under center. Why don't we bring him in and we don't have to put him under center as much? We could play that same type of scheme he played in college, which it worked, and he had one of the greatest rookie quarterback seasons ever, if not the greatest. So it worked. He looked good. He looked great. He got all the fame. Man, kudos to RG3. But then all of a sudden, Shanahan ran him to the ground. That's why I blame Shanahan. Another reason why I blame him. Ran him to the ground. He got hurt. He's out. Next thing you know, now they firing Shanahan. So I think, because this is fourth season, yeah, so they fired Shanahan after the second season. Then they decide to bring in Gruden. But by then, it's over. So he still was like a rookie because he never played. I mean, as far as the experience in the NFL, no, he's not. But as far as playing in a different scheme, he's still a rookie because he's not used to playing under center like that. He used to playing that read option. So now you bring in Gruden, who wants to be more of a conventional offense. Now RG3 is learning again. Then he gets hurt. Gruden doesn't like him. I don't think he liked him when he first got here from the get. And now it's a lot of turmoil in the locker room, whereas you might have half say we're with RG3. The other half is saying, screw him. You can tell by the way they were blocking for him. So Kirk Cousins gets the job. So what do we do with RG3? I think he's going to be successful wherever else he goes because of the fact that we know Dan Snyder is all for RG3, but the coach or the coaches are not. So if he goes anywhere else and he has support, I think he could be that player, that dynamic player we saw his rookie year. And the funny thing is, you look at his rookie year, his numbers were impressive, but to me, I didn't think he was that good. I mean, his numbers were impressive, and it was one of those seasons where it's like, man, this dude is not that good. Even though you see him doing great, he wasn't that good. So I blame Shanahan. RG3 gets a little of the blame just because he's fragile. And I give Gruden a little bit too, just because Gruden came in already like, I don't like this guy. So I think his name was on the wall anyway for him to leave. So once again, it's Mr. Controversy, and this is my NFL diary. You all know, if you don't know by now, check out my online podcast. My online podcast, I have a podcast, radio podcast. You can go to Blog Talk Radio every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Me and my co-host Glass. It's called a 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And we go in on sports, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever sports going on, whatever exciting sports is going on, we're talking about it. Also, go to my 3-Point Conversion. Go to the 3pointconversion.com. That's my website. And it's a place where fans' opinions matter. You know, we're nothing but fans, where it's coming from. We're not trying to be experts, so we're talking as fans. We might be a little biased. It's how we do. It's a site for fans, from fans. And also subscribe to that and subscribe to the 3 Point Conversion YouTube channel. And you can follow me on Mr. Controversy 21 at Twitter and the 3 Point Conversion at Twitter. So I'm out until next time, next week. Will you miss me? I'm out.